right, welcome to episode 3 of the No Sleep Crew podcast. We got Troy, we got Jay, Nate, and it's not here because he's taking the test, so we excuse that for now. But pretty much the majority of this video is going to be, or all of this podcast is going to be about recent protests, also the recent murder of George Floyd at the hands of police brutality. As you probably see around the news, been protests all over the country, all major cities. Unfortunately, those protests have become pretty violent, but however justified. But I would let Troy or Jay, whoever will speak out first, about how they feel about the recent protests and police brutality. You want to go first?
You want to go first, Troy?
It don't really matter. Just to make it short and simple, it's crazy what's going on for real. In terms of like protests, I'm always down for nonviolence, speaking your opinion on everything, but the whole rioting and looting, I can't really get with that and support that. I understand why people are angry. It's a very sensitive topic, and lives are being taken that shouldn't be taken. But what I want myself is just justice. Like, I want to see George Floyd's murderer in jail, long term, no bail, none of that. You know what I'm saying? And I don't want to make it just about George Floyd either. Like, multiple people have died recently that need justice also. So that's my take on it.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, I feel the same way. Like, of course, I don't promote violence, but it seems like it's been peaceful protests for years over this stuff, and cops just keep getting away with it. So I understand everybody's frustration just because we keep doing peaceful protests and we're not getting the results. People still not going to jail for killing people for no reason that don't have any weapons on them. It's like, what else are we supposed to do? So I understand. People outraged and things just not happening, and then it's just a problem because it shouldn't be the way it is. I don't know why they protect cops so much for them doing the wrong thing, but that's the way it is. I understand the outrage. If things don't change, man, you got to do something to let them hear that you got a problem with it, because all they do is let stuff sweep under the rug, wait a little bit, then it happen again. People get their jobs back, get fired for a little bit. Like, that's not how it should be. So I understand that people frustrated for good reason.
I just wish it was more like a plan and organized. Like, you know how Gucci was saying like some racist comments and stuff like that. Very good, bro. H&M did that thing with the whole coolest monkey in the jungle. Rate H&M, bro. But don't be rating like Walmart or like black-owned businesses or anything like that. Like, people actually like putting this on.
Black-owned businesses. I think in Arkansas they said it was a church that got burned down. I was like, a church? Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like, you guys are the wrong things, bro. Like,
some people, it's like, if you gonna be destroying stuff and do it and have it be centralized, you got like, okay, this is what we're doing. This, but not just everywhere just going crazy, because that's not gonna get the point across. You're just gonna try to create that narrative that's just like, oh, they just crazy, they animals, this, that, and the other. And you doing it to everybody. If you losing or you taking down a police station and stuff, that makes sense because they ain't doing right. But I don't know what I know what the end goal is, but I don't think it's really a plan. People just mad.
All right. So I want to ask you all a question. So why do y'all think it's like right now that all this is going on?
Pretty much from like one scene is like things like it looks like all the protests are starting out like peaceful, like at first, and then like I don't know, it's like a flip of the switch, or like one thing happens and like it just turns to a whole violent, like looting, like things on fire. I'm like, I'm just trying to figure out like what's or who is provoking like that switch from us being peaceful to us being, or to the protest looking like violent. So like I'm not sure it's like that's like police inciting it, or it's like random like few people just just bringing to businesses and like some fire. There's incite violence, and then and then obviously the blame comes on black people, and then we get labeled thugs, or we get labeled reckless, or things like that. So like that's pretty much where I'm at right now. I'm like we're peaceful, and then it turns violent. We get blamed, and then it's like a cycle. Like that's literally what it is. So like that's pretty much where I'm at right now.
Yeah, because I'm not sure what's making it go violent. It seems like we're all peaceful. Now, I've seen videos that show like the protesters just out there and cops over there shoving folks to the ground straight in the chest. I don't know.
I I
or
seen
what?
that.
It seems like people just standing there and they just talking, like chanting and stuff, and then they see, they top throwing folks to the ground. So I don't know that's what's starting it or what. I really don't know. I know because I guess this isn't the first time. It's definitely not the first time it's happened. But to see that it was on video and everybody seen the video, and these cops didn't go to, yeah, I don't know if people just like they tired of it. Because this isn't the first time. It sure probably won't be the last time. It's just been so many. Because I know a lot of people were talking about how Freddie Gray, how the situation happened with him, like he was laying on the ground, he couldn't breathe, and that is so similar to that. So this thing's even worse because so many other cops around with him and just letting it happen.
Yeah.
And all the excuses. I don't know what's like. I understand that's how they are in Minnesota, but they rioting for the protests. Protests are getting more violent, like worldwide or nationwide. So I don't
Why
know.
do y'all think it's happening so crazy right now? Why don't y'all think it happened like during Trayvon Martin or like Ahmed? Like why do you think literally because of George Floyd? Like why now? That's what I want to
I
know.
don't know. The only thing I think is time. Like people like we ain't tried this peaceful stuff for a long time. And we keep trying it. We try our best to not be violent. Okay, we record it, give you the evidence, and you y'all still not arresting people. It's like, what else do we need to do? It's like people just, I think, fed up because it's been too many years of it, and we're doing the most we can. We record. We're not about to go charge the cops. We're about to start fighting them, but we giving you the evidence, and you still just acting like nothing wrong. It's like, all right, like y'all, this peaceful stuff isn't working yet. Our evidence we giving you isn't working no more. So if y'all ain't gonna hear us when we doing it the polite way, giving you everything you want, we're gonna make you hear us. And that's why them people get out. It's like you won't hear us when we being nice, you gonna hear us when we get upset.
Yeah, I hear that.
Yeah, I agree. Like we put this reason a bowling point because not only is black men dying, it's black women dying as well. Like there's black women just getting shot. Wasn't her name was Brianna. I forgot the last name, but
I think Breonna Taylor, I believe.
yeah, yes, yeah, like she was laid down in the house. Police barge in, shot and gun her down. So like it's not only black men, it's black women as well. So like I think like Jay's pretty much saying like we reached like a boiling point to where it's like we pretty much showing that evidence.
Right.
We pretty much did peaceful protests, and y'all still aren't convicting these cops or at the most they're on administrative leave or suspended for a certain period of time. So like I think we started to reach the point where it's like we gotta take a more aggressive approach to like get things noticed. However, like pretty much what I hope is that we get more consistent in the protests because like a lot of times in the past we might protest for like a week or so, then it just goes away until the next person unfortunately dies, and there's another protest, then another person dies in this protest. So I'm pretty much hoping we become more consistent. Maybe like weekly protests or things like that, just to say like, hey, we're here to stay. Our message is going to be here to stay. We want equality, and we won't stop until we get it. So that's pretty much hopefully what comes about this pretty much.
All right, I see what y'all saying, but in my opinion, I think I want things to be separated, like the whole George Floyd thing, and then the whole racial thing that we're going on. I want those to be kind of like separated. Like I want justice done. You know what I'm saying? And then like the whole rioting and protests and stuff that's been going on for years. You know what I'm saying? Let's find another way. Let's just get this officer in prison. Like that's the first step. We need to make an example out of somebody. You know what I'm saying? Y'all seen When They See Us on Netflix?
This is no, no.
Man,
I need to watch it though.
y'all, I need to watch. I cried during that. But basically, like,
I know what you're talking about because it looked real.
Like there's a rape that happened in a park, and like a whole bunch of black kids met up at like the wrong time, wrong place. She died and all that, and like they framed just random people who were there, and they had nothing to do with it at all. Like they found the person like 20 years later, and they imprisoned these guys for 20 years, bro. So like they made an example out of these black kids. You know what I'm saying? They're like, yo, you got to get these black kids off the street. Let's throw them in jail. Let's go and get the message out. So like, I feel like that's what we need to do. We need to be like, okay, we need to send a message out. This officer is going to be in jail for X amount of time, and then the rest of them going to follow suit. You know what I'm saying? They're not going to kill nobody randomly if they're going to be in jail for the rest of their life. That's how I see it. But
yeah, it definitely needs to be like a system change within like the police department and justice system. Because I think I was talking to my grandparents yesterday and said about maybe like out of all the times that cops have killed someone whether they were unarmed or armed, like almost it never went to federal court. It just kind of got swept under the rug. They maybe got like paid leave. There's
Yeah.
maybe like 1% chance that they've actually like maybe got convicted. So something is not adding up. If you kill the people and they see that it's not that, they come up with so many other excuses for the cops. Like for George Floyd, they talking about like, oh, he had these other medical conditions beforehand. I'm like, and he was living fine, but you know, knee on somebody's neck for 9 minutes. I don't care what medical conditions they got.
Y'all know why it actually? You want to know why he got arrested, bro?
Wasn't like these like a forged check?
Yeah, you're like $20 check, I think.
Counterfeit $20 bill, bro. Like getting your life taken for a $20 bill. Imagine that shit.
That's ridiculous.
That's crazy. Like I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes you be hearing about like murders from like black people getting killed by police officers. You look at like the whole story. It's like, oh, this guy robbed a gas station, or this guy did something. It's like, okay, I see why the police got involved, but they shouldn't have done that. In this case, it's like a $20 bill, bro. Like, come on.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Like people, it's like folks rob stores and they'll shoot them down if they black. But it's been so many school shooters and none of them been black and all of them walked out.
Right.
It's like something's not right. If you forced $20 check, there's no reason they should be doing all that. Somebody children and y'all just letting him go to jail, try to say like something wrong with him. It's just
and that's the thing, bro. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if that was like a black person, a white person, an Indian, a Chinese person that had his like said somebody's leg on their neck. It doesn't matter what type of race they are, but I want justice for them. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, I don't care who
it is, bro. Like I want justice for that. Like,
it's just a lot of stuff that's not right, you know. And
yeah.
I was watching a YouTube video today that said for the police just to become a police officer, I think it's like 4 to 5 months of training. That's it. 4 to 5 months of training.
That's wild.
Law enforcer. Yeah, lawyers to be there takes what, like 4 to 7 years to practice law, or 4 to 5 months to enforce law. Like that doesn't make sense.
Exactly.
I can't even be an engineer in 4 to 5 months. You got to go to school like it. I don't know. Just a lot of stuff doesn't add up.
Yeah, it doesn't add up at all.
Yeah, like pretty much the biggest thing, like we got to figure out how to improve the justice system, pretty much for us, because the justice system is built pretty much against us, pretty much. Like,
but I think it's like how do we change it? Because like it's one of those things. Like I work in Northrop Grumman right now, right? And like the CEOs, you look at that organization chart, bro. We not in the first section. We not in the second section, bro. We're in the top. We're in the bottom 2. You know what I'm saying? Like, how do we get there? We can't get there because once the 2 first levels, bro, it's who you know. No CEO gonna look at me and be like, "Oh, Troy's a good worker. He deserves to be up there." It's not gonna happen. Bro. They're gonna look up for their.
Yeah. Like
people in office to change the justice system. We can say, like maybe like voting through all the voting will help. That's the only thing that we can do is really vote, because we can't get in there and change the justice system ourselves. We can say, we keep telling them about all the problems that's wrong with it, but when are they going to change it besides just, I guess we'll arrest this person for the first time, you know? But at least at first, we get some justice for now until y'all change it. You know, it's not going to happen overnight.
Oh, yeah, nah.
Things got to change.
I mean, like, pretty much, like, it starts with us. It starts with the black community. Like, we gotta pretty much grow together. Like a lot of times you see like one person try to like do things by themselves and not bring anybody with them. Like, or like try to uplift their community like with them. Like that's pretty much what I see. Like, you see a lot of times in the you know, either like white communities or things like that. Like they pretty much like bring like the community together, or they bring their friends with them. Like that's why I see so many different CEOs are pretty much like either friends or like they know each other very well because they like know each other for a while since they're like young or how we're in college or was to graduate. So like I remember thinking cause there's so many talented black people out there. Like there's so many people that had their own businesses, or some people that's already working at like Fortune 500 companies already, and we need to just build together. We need to join together and just build up together as a community. And that's how we can, eventually become the CEOs of big companies, or eventually become CIOs, CFOs, and just like big time people in the pretty much in like the world. Like that's pretty much how we will, eventually change, financial ways, or justice way, or justice system is pretty much just built that way. And again, voting as well. But more importantly, we got to get more black faces in
I
the
hear
right
what you're saying.
places.
I think to add on to what you're saying, I think if we want to build up as a whole, we need to start with the foundation, like the bottom. Like I feel like the people at the bottom that are in like poverty, for example, like they're the ones who are looting for the most part. If you think about it, like
Yeah,
they're not working right now. The pandemic's going on. They got nothing. You know what I'm saying? So they need their
yeah,
check. They need to start saving up. They're gonna start selling endless stuff, Gucci bags, Louis Vuitton bags, all that stuff, and get
yeah,
some. They're hungry. You know what I'm saying? So we have to
yep,
find a way to get them up to, I don't know, maybe not middle class, but like to a point where they don't need that much help. And then that's where it's all gonna start. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I don't know how we can do it. It's gonna be hard. I don't know how to get everybody off the streets because everything that's street related is gonna be like, oh, it's a black person. You know what I'm saying?
yep,
Like,
yeah,
a white person could have looted the store, but they're gonna blame it on a black person. So it's like it's kind of hard to get past that stigma.
Yeah. It's just the way the media is set up. They make us look like we monsters and we always the ones doing the crimes, this, that, and the other. But it's just
Apparently, we
not like
thugs.
it.
So
Like, yeah, we can. I mean, like, I hear what y'all saying because it's like we need to help the black community get up. But if we don't have anybody else, then we get up, and then what we gonna do? Like now, we doing our part, like we protest and stuff like this. But if white people that supposedly love our culture, got black friends, this, that, and the other, and they just watching what happened, then nobody else is gonna. We really ain't gonna get nothing done. So like, it's just black people. Like they just always they never like happy they don't got enough when that's not the case. It's like it's wrong. We just need somebody else to say that it's wrong too. So we just don't look like we're complaining. That's what they like to do. Because it seems like it's just our problem. And it's not. So I don't know, man. It's
I
a
don't think
lot.
I hear what you're saying. I don't think we should even call people out on like not speaking up and nothing like that. Like I know a bunch of people are saying like your favorite rappers aren't speaking up right now. They're not during the protest. Da, da, da. I mean, I think you just, I think you just, I think you just put that in your head and just put that in the back of your head and be like, okay, they didn't do this. All right, I'm gonna remember that when they drop something. You know what I'm saying? But don't like put it all over social media. Oh, what about this person? What about this person? Let them do what they feel is right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just keep.
I'm like, if it's people that usually talk up and now they not talking up, that's one thing. But like, if you know people that are in their career and that's all they do, like I don't expect to hear Lil Wayne talking about this. He's a rapper and that's all they do. There's some people out there that speak up.
You know what I'm saying?
Like,
It's very sensitive topic. If you say one thing, your credibility will just go down. Like you guys hear about Desi, that comedian guy on Twitter?
No.
oh yeah,
No, whatever.
yeah. My man lost crazy followers, bro.
He had 1 million followers, right? And he put up a picture. It was like a split screen. It was on the top. It was like, this is what protest looks like. It has like Martin Luther King, like a whole bunch of like black people following with like signs, right? On the bottom says, this is what rioting looks like, what you guys are basically doing right now. Yo, he lost half his followers, bro, with the 500,000.
It's
It was
crazy.
like reading, but like the thing is like looking at it, like I didn't think like nothing of it. Like I was just thinking, oh, he just wants you guys to protest instead of like looting and rioting stuff. People just took that left and just
Yeah,
crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah, that's a sensitive time right now. You gotta people right now like you either with this or against this in this time. So you gotta be careful with what you say. If you if you ain't a part of the solution, you part of the problem right now. So I understand maybe they gotta like if you ain't saying nothing positive about it, like how this is wrong, then you gotta be quiet.
Yeah, sure. I'm looking at the marches though. There's like a lot of white people turned out and then different races. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, I think we had a protest in Arkansas when I was back home at the Capitol. I didn't hear about it until after I had already woke up because I woke up late, but it seemed like it had a good turnout. And it was peaceful. I think it started off peaceful. Everything was good. Then next thing I know, my friends talking about that the church got burned down. I was like, I don't know.
That doesn't make no sense, bro. But
I'm not like I get people frustrated but
unless they're worshiping racism.
Get a solution. Hey, if it works, then it's like all right, then that's great. But if it didn't, it's like dang. I just hope something comes of it besides just stuff getting destroyed. Because I know I ain't the ride in the fight, but hey, if it's a peaceful protest, I could be there. But y'all started trying to.
I think one of my problems also is like, I think one of my problems also is like they're gonna use this to make some money off of like CNN and stuff like that. They love recording us, bro. You know what I'm saying? So I think us being out there is kind of like just they're winning on the low. You know what I mean? So it's like I don't even know what to do right now. It's like whatever we do, they win. Y'all like feel stuck right now.
Yeah, they're just looking for like, all right, how can we flip this real quick and show that they the problem?
They said, Corona's old news. Black people, bet. You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah, it's a messed up world we live in. Messed up.
I mean, you can't keep saying the time's gonna come. You know what I'm saying? You gotta make it.
That's why people ain't waiting no more. Like, all right, we've been waiting, we've been patient, and same thing over and over. People get tired of doing their best to get a result, and they not getting it, and it's the same thing keeps happening. It just keeps happening.
Yeah, modern day slavery, bro. We still living in it. So, just stay woke, man. We just gotta know who to vote for. I mean, I'm not gonna hold you guys. I'm not like super big on politics, but like now, like I'm about to start researching all that. I'm about to be on it, bro. I gotta make sure who I'm voting for is about to put us on 100. Everyone's talking about Joe Biden right now because he's putting on for blacks right now, but let's see what happens when he's in office. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta look at his history and all that.
Yeah, they gotta look out for like local, like local officials, state officials too. Like those just important, if more important than the president.
Yep.
Because
I gotta start looking more into that.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be more into it then, because back then I feel like earlier it was like, all right, now I'm gonna vote. But I really wasn't looking super deep into it. Like,
that's what I'm saying. Like once you're born,
you in college, like you don't think about all this stuff. You just think, okay, you probably just like, I'm gonna vote this party.
Exactly. I'm not gonna lie, like social media is so distracting because you'll go on social media, everyone's talking about like Donald Trump bad, da da da. So you're not even thinking about who else is running against him. You just I don't want him to win. So I'm gonna vote for anybody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's the type of mindset that I had. But like now I want to actually think about it. I want to actually like know who's standing for what laws are got to enforce and all that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I feel like once you're born, like you just follow whatever your parents are saying. You know what I'm saying? You're not thinking about it.
Yeah. Definitely.
Pretty much.
I can't even imagine how this election's gonna go.
Like, I mean,
yeah,
gotta start votes.
I feel like with the coronavirus and now this situation with George Floyd is like a whole bunch of distraction about the election right now. I'm hoping everybody didn't register to vote and everybody still do it and not just caught up with what's going on right now.
I feel like this man's plan is to wipe out all the black folks by the time the election comes, bro.
Yeah.
Think areas have a whole bunch of black people in. And Donald Trump don't really care about this virus too much. He's like, I don't have it. So that's all that really matters. So the black population better go down and voting. It's a sure end for that guy right now. So,
yeah.
So that's why literally everyone needs to vote, bro. Even one vote counts, bro. I remember some guy at my job was like, yeah, I don't even vote, bro. I'm like, bro, what? Are you 27, bro? You're 27.
I met a lot of people like that, either in college or people that I used to go to high school with. It's like, I don't vote, man. I ain't doing nothing. Like, why do you think that? Why do you think that?
Like, because like if you guys actually counted up how many people actually say that, you guys are a big number.
Like, exactly.
Like, the only person that's thinking like this, man. That's not how it works. Everybody came to vote when Obama was running his first time and for a second term. Then after that, it's like, guys, no way, Donald Trump can win, so I ain't gonna vote. Everybody should vote. It's like, Come on now.
That's one thing. I wish I looked more into Obama too, because like I was in middle school. I was in 8th grade. I remember that
Yeah.
on the bus we went crazy. We were like, Obama.
Dang.
It didn't matter what he stood for, anything. He was black.
Yep.
It's
All
like,
that bad. All that.
yeah, man, it was a crazy time, dude. Yeah, so I don't think we're gonna have anything like that anytime soon. We'll see.
Yeah.
But,
Yes, yeah. So yeah, I'm just intrigued to see like how long or like yeah, like pretty much like how long like the protests gonna last, pretty much. Like because I feel probably like another night of like more violent like rioting and protests tonight. So it's, yeah, it's crazy.
I
yeah,
see protests lasting until something happens. If he not in jail, it's gonna be more protests and
oh
more
yeah.
Oh yeah,
looting.
yeah,
That's what's gonna be, bro. Until he gets served for like life, bro, or like a super long sentence, it's gonna keep going, bro. It's gonna keep
Yeah, and apparently that wasn't his first time having any incidents with people that didn't have any weapons on them. He's killed a few people in the past and shot at some folks. Like I think it was some case back in 2011 where he shot somebody that was unarmed. So that officer, that's not his first time offense. They can't be like, oh, like, this is his first time in this act. He's using our life. So like, nah, he's been out this for minorities for a while. There's really no reason he should still be a cop right now. But how you other, it makes no sense. I don't understand. I feel like you should be wanting to protect and serve others. That's your job, not protect and serve each other. Because
right.
y'all not doing, if especially somebody's not doing the right thing, you should know that. But they seem blinded. A lot of these cops seem blinded. I don't know. I really wonder how that 4 to 5 months of training is. What are they even learning? Are they just learning how to point and shoot a gun? Because it seems like it is. They're not learning how to interact with certain people in different neighborhoods, especially if a bunch of these cops are white, have to never talk to black people and don't know how we talk to each other. We talk to each other probably a lot different than how white people talk to each other. And other races, like, we don't know how you want to protect and serve them when you don't even understand them. So it's a lot that needs to change. A lot. Because I know, at least in Arkansas, we had a cop. He was white. He would come out of school. I remember he came out of elementary school. You know, he used to play with us, put handcuffs on us, even though we slip out. But he was white and he understood how the black community talked to each other, how they interacted. And everybody liked him. Everybody liked him because we had seen him from elementary school to high school. And he knew how to interact with us. Like it was no problems. I feel like that's not the case with all of them. Some of them is just like, I'm here to do this, this, and this. And it might have nothing to do with the law. It's just they have their own agenda, and that's a problem.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. It's like an ancestry thing. Like if they're like pro racist back in the day, they're gonna spread it to their kids. It's gonna keep going. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how we can break that chain. It's just I really don't know. Because growing up, bro, I'm not gonna hold. My best friend was white, bro. Like and he was like he was dating black girls, and I was like, oh shit, like we in this together, like shit. So, but then it's just crazy how there's some people out there who are not on the same page. Like and growing up in PG County, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't experience like pro racism and nothing like that. I didn't experience the whole like I go to a restaurant and they like treat somebody else instead of treating me. So like so when I hear about this, like when I went to Hampton, that's when I started hearing about it. People was like, yeah, in 3rd grade, my teacher said something wild to me, and like I'd look at my students and my other fellow classmates and like, are we gonna stand for this or what? I'm like, dang, the 3rd grade, bro. Like
That's crazy.
none of this. Like I thought life was sweet. I'm looking on the news, seeing this stuff, and I'm like, that's not real. You know what I'm saying? And then I think it hit me like around that Trayvon Martin time. I was like, yo, this is something serious. Like,
it's crazy.
On in the world, it just kept getting worse from that Trayvon Martin incident. Why was that so big to y'all? Trayvon Martin. Yeah, like I mean, it's been like racism has been a thing. So I'm wondering why Trayvon Martin was a big thing too.
I guess because he was a kid and he literally just had, like, they didn't have anything. That man was like, George Zimmerman seemed like he was coming at him. I wish it was video or something of that because it just, nothing added up. Like, this boy had, some ice green tea or something, and a bag of Skittles and a hoodie on, and you thought he looked dangerous or something. And I don't know, people, especially when it ends up being kids and getting killed for no reason, George Zimmerman wasn't even a cop. He was just saw him and thought he looked threatening. Like, that's just stuff that really upsets folks. Like, that was a child, man. Like, why were you threatened by kids?
Where was that again?
It was in Florida. I forgot where in Florida.
I just can't remember.
But like another thing with that is like George Zimmerman, like he was on the phone with police and he literally went against what the police officer said or what the police, I guess, customer service person was saying on the phone. Like he went against all directions. So like that's another thing that got people angry. Like why you need to listen to like what they said? Like they pretty much said like back off, like don't follow me. He still followed them and ended up killing them. So that's another thing.
Yeah.
I'm just fortunate to be alive right now and face nothing crazy like that. That could happen to any of us. So.
Yeah, that's the scary part.
Something like that happened before, low key. I remember I was at like a little get together at Hamp, and like a robbery happened upstairs. Then a Fed came downstairs and knocked on the door, and then he was like, a robbery happened upstairs. The male was described to be a black man with dreadlocks, 6 foot tall. I'm like, perfect. I was like, you guys are just looking for me, man. That's just crazy. So they like, just pat me down, looking through all my bags and all that, and then
yeah, they definitely do that. They got no problems. If it was somebody white, they'd be like, I don't know. They said he had curly blonde hair, not straight blonde.
Yeah, right. Once they saw me, they're like, perfect. That guy right there.
Yeah. It's messed up. It's scary. Because it's one thing if like something bad happened, you end up in jail. You just at the wrong place at the wrong time, but you had no business doing something. You might like want to like, okay, maybe I shouldn't be doing this. But it be people just living their lives and boom, cop pull up, arrest them, don't even go make it to jail. They go straight to the hospital thing, just either start firing shots, choking folks out. It just doesn't make sense because like I don't know what they're being taught in them 4 to 5 months, but something not right.
I want to know what they be saying to each other when they start arresting somebody. Because like when George Floyd was getting arrested, it was like one police car. All of a sudden, another one coming, then another one coming, then another one coming. I'm like, bro, what are they telling each other? Like he's resisting, come through. We need backup. I'm like, bro, it's one guy. You don't need backup. You're not doing nothing.
One guy, you got him handcuffed. Why is it 6 of y'all? I was like, this isn't a superhero. Y'all not fighting an Incredible Hulk right now. Like y'all, he's handcuffed. He's fine. Y'all, he's not gonna do anything. And then resist to the arrest with somebody in handcuffs don't make sense because you can't do anything with your hands behind your back and they that close to each other. Like I don't understand that.
Right, and why were they beating on him in the car? Like, that don't mean nothing. He already in the car.
Yeah.
Right.
He's not gonna steal you. Cuff him. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Watching these action movies, seeing people escape, that is not real. That's not real.
That's what I'm saying. He's not going nowhere. But I mean, it's just the more intimidating you look, the more threatened they feel, or the more threatened they feel, even though they're the one with straps.
Pretty much.
So,